And here we are. Oh, that's good timing on the music. Yeah, just ended the song and into episode 117 of Quarantiki with Lovecraft Cocktails. So here we are again. It is today. Today is July 17th, and in 1955, on July 17th, Disneyland was opened in Anaheim. And so what we're going to do is a little celebration of Disneyland and all of those weird, bizarre connections between Disney and Tiki, because there's a bunch besides just the Tiki room, which was the Tiki room was actually, while it was part of Disneyland, it was a private venture by Walt Disney on the property. So it was, you had to charge an entrance fee to get into the original Tiki room, and all that money went directly to Walt. So that's kind of a bizarre little bit there. Since then, we've continued to have the Tiki room. I hope I'm getting enough tikis in there, the appropriate number of them. The Polynesian was created. The Polynesian is one of the hotels on property, and at the Polynesian, you used to be able to experience a full-scale luau with Hawaiian dancers and tropical dancers, and a great big feast with roast pig. They had Trader Sam's, or still have Trader Sam's. I don't believe it was in the original 55, but anyway, where it is a it's a small little tiki venue that is filled with Disney animatronics and fun, and you can't beat Trader Sam's for atmosphere. It really is very, very cool in terms of the fun escapism that Disney and Tiki have in common. Are there places that serve better tiki drinks? Sure.
Absolutely.
But you're going to have a lot of fun at Trader Sam's. There are a variety of other connections. One of the Facebook groups that we follow, Tiki Land, has a lot of people that used to be or still are Disney creators and have done work for Disney, and they also love the Tiki thing. And so Tiki Land is one of these great crossover connection communities between Disney and Tiki. Yes.
We have hellos.
We have hellos.
We have hello from Colleen, who says your video is fine.
Yay, my video is
hello
fine.
from
Of course,
Keith.
I'm fine. Yes, fine.
We have Elizabeth.
Yay,
We have
Elizabeth.
David.
Yay.
And Trace and Val from Kansas.
Yay! Oh, cool. Hey, we usually do a toast to start this mess off. And we do have things to toast. They're minor things. I mean, one, let's toast the fact that Disneyland opened in 55 and is still around. Second, let's toast this cool mug that Star got. So this is a little early for her birthday, but yes, you're seeing this correctly. This is a Star Wars Millennium Falcon multi-person drink mug. Yes, indeed. So this is going to sit here. It's going to be long straws coming out of it and people sipping on it and flames coming off of it. I'm not sure that the flames are actually thematic because you can't have flames in space, but you know, whatever. Yeah, so there you go. We've got the Millennium Falcon. It's not a punch bowl, it's a communal drink bowl. And with that came these two little shot glasses, which, if you're going to have two little shot glasses from the Star Wars cinematic universe and they're connected to the Millennium Falcon, yeah, you got to believe it's going to be Han Solo and Chewbacca, baby. Yay! You can't see him because it's too far away, but you know, here you go. Down here you can see a little light there. All right. The rum we're going to be drinking to toast has nothing in common with Star Wars or with Disney, other than the people that produce this rum are just kind of way out there on the creative scale and very much in tune with that Disney-esque kind of, if you took Disney and were just bizarre Disney, and then you decided to make rum, you would have Lost Spirits. And so we're going to be drinking some Lost Spirits this evening. We're going to be drinking the Lost Spirits Ex Machina. This is, you can't really call it a Jamaican rum, but this is their heavy pot still rum. So it's done in kind of a Jamaican style. And we're going to be toasting to Lost Spirits, to Disneyland, to the Millennium Falcon, to all sorts of things. Where's my cap? There's my cap. Right there. Lost Spirits Ex Machina. Distilled, matured, and bottled by Lost Spirits Distillery, Inc., Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. Rum is fermented from grade A molasses and distilled in a 2-chambered pot still and matured with American oak. Not in American oak, but with American oak. And it says matured, not aged. Let's not do that with that arm. Let's do it with this arm. And why is that? It's because Lost Spirits uses a proprietary process for maturing their rums that uses light and agitation and all sorts of other good things. And we've talked about Lost Spirits in the past. We really like Lost Spirits. We had the experience of touring the distillery last time we were in Vegas for our anniversary, and it was just a fantastic time. So we like Lost Spirits. It seemed like it was the appropriate thing that we should be toasting with this evening. So I'm going to set this somewhere so that my wife can toast.
I'm coming to get it.
She is coming. I'm going to warn her that we moved signage around, so if she doesn't want to step on the signage that has my drink recipes on it, she's got to watch the little black spindly leg on the easel. Right. Do you want Chewbacca or Han?
I want Chewy.
You want Chewie, of course. I know. All right. Here's to all things Disney. Here's to Disney and Star Wars. And here's to, Lost Spirits just 'cause. How's that?
Okay.
Oh, that's sniffy sniff. This is a yummy rum.
So when we went on the Lost Spirits experience, when we were in Vegas,
There's a little bite to it toward the end.
there's a couple little bites.
But that bite works.
Yeah.
And for not being aged, for being matured, this has that oakiness to it that makes you think this is an aged rum.
But the
good, really
the
good.
tasting of this one was in the chapel room,
Right. Yep.
and you would walk in and they're like, you know, are you ready to be absolved of your sins? And I'm like, I'm gonna need a lot of rum for that.
Yeah, he was like, do you want your sins forgiven? And I was like, oh, heck no. Like, no.
I worked hard for those.
I worked hard for those, right? I deserve every one of those, right? At least, well, most of them.
Oh, and if we
What?
can ask the audience for a sound check on how
Right.
microphones are
Right?
working. 'Cause
Especially if we do this,
we might get feedback.
we might get feedback. Hopefully not all of you, nor you didn't all just go, my ears. Speaking of ears, a long time ago I got my ears pierced. I stopped wearing earrings on a frequent basis during COVID, and my ears almost completely sealed back up, which was annoying. But I've been wearing studs in them for the last couple of weeks, and now I can wear earrings again. Yay! And so I'm wearing my actual tiki earrings, which are little floats, little glass floats with the netting around them. And you probably can't see them. They're much better up front in person. So come visit us. All right. So what are we going to?
We have comments again.
We have comments.
We have people
comments.
that know each other saying howdy back and forth to each other.
Yay!
Yay.
Did we introduce them?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Well, no. We didn't introduce Keith and Colleen.
No, we did not. No. Wait, I didn't remember that Keith was on. Yay! Keith is on.
Yeah.
Yay! All right.
Colleen is getting better every day, although
Yay.
she overdid it yesterday.
Oh
And
no.
spent most of today recovering. Overdid it meant sitting on a bench without back support.
Yep.
Colleen recently had surgery, so. We have Christine. David says the sound seems fine and there was no feedback when
Yes.
we...
Chest bumped.
Yeah, and we've got various sound is fine. So
Okay, awesome. Can you hear the music? Is the music coming through?
that's a good
That's
question.
a good question. If the music isn't coming through, we're gonna have to figure out some way of integrating that.
Yeah.
I just don't want it to be too loud that it's interrupting. So you can't. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I
So
should get to
think the
making things.
New mics are a success.
Yeah, and I can even go like over here and in the back and still have my mic on and not be like throttled as the wire comes up short and pulls my computer off the counter and all that sort of thing.
Happy birthday, David Heinsohn.
David, happy birthday. How did I not know? Okay, so to a true lost spirit. Yes. No. David, happy birthday. Born the same day Disneyland opened, right?
And Colleen can hear the music, but it's a nice background level.
Okay.
David
cool.
is happy with it because he can hear us.
Yes.
So-
Awesome. All right. So we've gotten something right. Yay. Or maybe a few things. So, Disneyland cocktails. So I'm going to do a couple of different drinks from Trader Sam's. One of which is the which is the drink that comes in the Krakatoa mug and triggers all sorts of animatronic things that happen around in the bar because, well, that's what Disney does. Like many of the other drinks that are sold at Trader Sam's, this uses a batched preparation called the Gorilla Grog. Now, the Gorilla Grog can also be served just straight up as a non-alcoholic or very, very low alcoholic beverage. And it also comes in to play with the Schweitzer Falls, which is another reference back to the Jungle Cruise trip, right? There's all sorts of connections. Jungle Cruise is connected to Tiki. Tiki's connected to the Tiki room and all sorts of things. Anyway, if you pair the Gorilla Grog with, I think it's Sprite, you get the Schweitzer Falls cocktail, non-alcoholic or really low alcoholic. There is a tiny bit of alcohol in the Gorilla Grog. And so we're going to make use of the Gorilla Grog that I have on hand, and we're going to go ahead. Uh-oh. Somebody stole my Gorilla Grog. It's empty. I have no Gorilla Grog.
Oh no.
There's only one thing for it. I'm going to have to reveal the secret of Gorilla Grog and show you how to make Gorilla Grog so that you can make these cocktails on your own. Because an empty bottle of Gorilla Grog is just sad, right? All right, so what do we do? So Gorilla Grog has got a bunch of juice in it. It is primarily a juice compound. There are a couple of other ingredients in it, but it is primarily a juice compound. The first ingredient is 3 ounces of POG, or passion fruit orange juice guava drink. And you can get this from Hawaiian Sun. Or if you want, you can just do equal parts of passion fruit juice, orange juice, and guava juice. And we could do that, but I happen to have cans of POG available to me, so why don't I just do that and save out having to measure this multiple times. So we're going to go 3 ounces of POG. Let's not be silly here, or not be any more silly than we already are, and actually use a funnel for this. So we're going to go 2 ounces to start with. Lovely pinkish orange color on this. Right, so there's 2 ounces, and then a 1/3 ounce. Yeah, well, let's stop there. I could do a double batch, but I think I'm just going to stop here. 1 ounce of pineapple juice.
And for those of you that live not near a international market or whole, no, what's the name of that? Cost Plus World Market. It is available on
Online.
Amazon.
Yeah. So there's pineapple juice, POG and pineapple juice. And then there's lemon juice. We're going to go 2 ounces of lemon juice. Why I'm using the 1 ounce measure to do this, I don't know. Could have just done it easily with the 2 ounce measure on the other side. There we go. 2 ounces of lemon juice. And then now we have the components that aren't juice. One of those is orgeat. So again, orgeat, essentially an almond syrup. So this is, or an almond milk syrup. Probably getting really weird glugging sounds over my mic since this is right by the mic. My apologies for that. And this really only needs a 1/4 ounce of orgeat. But I like orgeat a lot, and I think it works better with just a little bit more oomph to it. So we're actually going to go a 1/2 ounce of orgeat right there. And then it calls for the same amount of falernum. And this is where you get into the question of whether this is a non-alcoholic or just a really low alcoholic beverage. Because the typical falernum that is used, that most people use, is John D. Taylor's Velvet Falernum, and it comes in at a big whopping 11% alcohol. So yeah, this is not a true non-alcoholic, but it's really close given how much everything else is diluted in here. So we're going to go 1/2 ounce. Sorry. Once again, I like a little more spice to my Gorilla Juice, so I'm going with a 1/2 ounce of each of those. There you go. That's Gorilla Grog right there. Nothing else to it. Give it a little shake. You can serve this, like I said, straight up. Not straight up. You can serve this over ice, and it's a nice little refreshing non or low alcoholic drink. Or you can pair it with other things and make some of the drinks that they have at Trader Sam's. And one of those drinks is, in fact, the OA. Now, in order to do this, I'm going to use a brand new cocktail shaker. And so we had noticed a variety of places that sell similar cocktail shakers, Boston shakers, but only one of the 2 pieces has the pattern on it. But this one that we got from Kegworks, this is Urban Bar is the manufacturer of these, actually has the design on both, and it's not printed on, it's actually etched into the metal, which is very cool. If my wife comes up here, I can hand this to her and maybe you can actually see the patterning on it. Right now, I'm sure this just looks like random, like weirdness on there. Random weirdness, right? Can you see some of that? So there's a drum and a ukulele and a little tiki Hawaiian girl and torches and turtles and volcanoes and all sorts of tiki masks and just brilliant stuff. Very, very cute. Okay, so what are we going to do in order to make the OA? First of all, we need 1 ounce of cinnamon syrup, and as you well know, I don't have cinnamon syrup on hand. I have my spice syrup on hand, and yes, last week I said we're getting really low on this and I'm going to have to make more, and I didn't. Okay, yes I did. It's currently sitting and infusing on the stove upstairs. Don't worry, there's no heat on it. That we're already done with all the heat. It's just infusing with all those good spices. And we're going to go 1 ounce of my spiced syrup. Come on. Oh, we're going to try. We're going to try. Oh, look at this. Oh, yeah. Well, I better not mess anything else up on this cocktail because that was the last ounce of the spiced syrup that I had. Right. We're going to kick up the sour component a little bit by going a 1/2 ounce of lime juice. Got some lime juice here. So yes, this technically has a split sour base. And it's going to get even more split because in addition to having the lemon juice in the Gorilla Grog, the lime juice there it also requires a little grapefruit juice. And so we're going to go 2 ounces of grapefruit juice. You can see why they would want to make the Gorilla Grog up first, because there's, several ingredients here, plus having to mix the Gorilla Grog or all the ingredients in the Gorilla Grog each time would be very time consuming for them, and they kind of like to get their drinks out a little bit. 4 ounces of our wondrous Gorilla Grog. Oh, so good. So there's 2. And there's 4. All right. Next up, the rums. We've got 2 rums. Now, according to the recipes that I can find online, essentially this is traditionally made with some variation of like Bacardi Superior and Myers Dark Rum. And those are perfectly fine choices. I'm pretty sure they use slightly different rums at Trader Sam's based upon what I saw on their back bar, but nothing too wild and out there. So what are we going to do with this? We're going to switch it up a little bit, and instead of going with the straight Bacardi, we're going to go with another Puerto Rican rum that is column stilled and pretty clean, but has some unusual flavors associated with it. Oh, that I really like. And that is my Ron de Barrilito 3-star. We're going to go ahead and use that. I thought about using the Angostura from Trinidad, but yeah, I haven't used the Ron de Barrilito in a while, so let's do that. So there's 2 ounces of that. This is not a small drink, right? So there's 4 ounces of Gorilla Grog, 2 ounces of rum, and now another 2 ounces of rum are going in this as well. Where's my lid? And instead of the Myers, we are going to go with one of the other sort of traditional dark rums. I could go with a Jamaican, but I think that might get a little weird. So we are just going to go with a Pampero Aniversario. Haven't used this one in a while either, now that we've found it. And we're going to go 2 ounces of that. All right. There we go. 2 ounces. So that's 4 ounces of rum, 4 ounces of Gorilla Grog, plus the cinnamon syrup, the lime juice, and the grapefruit juice. So there's a fair amount here already. So we're going to put some ice in here. Like such. Move that to the side. Pour this in. And that. Oh, so that's a problem with this shaker. It is slightly smaller than other shakers I am used to, which we noticed because it fit over my spout. So we're going to transfer this. Actually, I'm going to do this. So will that work? Oh, look at that. That'll work. We're just going to go this. There you go. Just don't do this shaker with large format cocktails. How's that? All right, nice good shake on this. Splits apart easy. And then we're going to use our Krakatoa mug. And I need a strainer. Get a couple of ice cubes in there. And I'm beginning
If I remember, the animatronics on this one is the volcano in the fake window explodes and
all sorts of things go off. Yeah. All right, so there's a garnish for this. And I'm not sure if I can get this to work. Will this float? No. No, it will not. How about that? Will that float? Sort of.
It's overflowing.
It's overflowing like it should. Okay. But real quick, I got to do this because it's not a volcano unless there's flames. Come on, flames. Oh no. No! No flames! That's what I get for soaking the breadcrumbs early. Now can we do it? Or is it too sodden? Nope, there we go. There we go. We have flames. I was going to do a volcano cocktail without flames. I'm like, no, that can't happen. So there you go. This is the Uh-Oh from Disney. And I'm going to...
Your microphone is loose enough that it goes thump, thump, thump while you're shaking.
Thump, 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 thump. I need another glass. Oh. Why do I need another glass? Because this makes a lot of stuff. So as it turns out...
We each get one.
We each get one. Wow. All right, so clearly whoever was posting the recipe for this...
made a punch bowl.
Made a punch bowl, right? So we're going to let this burn down just a tad. We can always shake a little nutmeg over this, get a little sparks on it. It's almost out. And I think what I want to do is just reach in here, if I can, get under this. Come on. Let me get it it's real soaked up. No, that was not what I wanted to do. All right, I just pull these out because I was hoping to not get the lemon extract in there, but I'm pretty sure most of that burned off anyway, so that's not going to be a problem. Pour a little more of this in there. And there it will be for my wife. We need straw for her. How about a nice big floaty straw from Surfside Sips right there. I'll take a smaller one, put a tentacle in it. There we go. And there's your a cocktail, courtesy of Trader Sam's. Little upgrade on the rums, and let's give this a taste. See how we did.
So pretty.
That tastes remarkably like the Uh-Oh that I remember. Yeah. Give that a... I don't know why I'm moving it 3 inches. My wife can reach. And thank you all for your well wishes about my shoulder, by the way.
That's a really cool float straw.
It is.
And straw Thulu. Where did you get those straws?
Surfside Sips.
And can you get a discount?
You know, you probably could. You know, if you want to try to get a discount, here's what you should do. You should go to Surfside Sips and put in a big order for straws. And then on the promo code, you should type in all caps, Lovecraft, Lovecraft, and see if that works for you. It should, might get you, I don't
20%
know,
off?
little something,
Yeah.
little something, something. Well, it'll get them 20%
Yeah.
off. We'll get a little something, something on the
Yeah.
side. We'll get a discount on our next straw order because, yeah, we don't make money on Surfside Sips, that's for sure.
No, definitely not.
Because we love them. And
Oh, that is good.
Yep.
That is good. So there's various pieces of news in the world.
uh-oh.
Carlisle Club, which is where we got
Has
married,
reopened.
has reopened. They are now in DC,
Yep.
and they
Saw
are
that.
the Carlisle Room. And they've got Art Deco, music and bar and dining and stuff.
Very, very black and white,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
black and silver
Yeah.
decor. Looks really nice.
Yeah, they opened tonight. They're having an opening thing tonight. We are obviously not there.
Not attending. Yep.
'Cause, well,
Sadly,
We're here with you guys.
but we love them. They're
yeah,
great.
yeah.
They were awesome.
Yeah.
We were sad to see them leave Alexandria, but you know,
We were
COVID.
sad to see them close for COVID. We are very happy they have reopened.
Yes. That is
yeah.
definitely the case.
And
Anyway, so next up, we're going to do a second drink from Trader Sam's. This is a drink that I actually don't remember being on the menu, but I'm told it is in fact on the menu. And so we're going to give this a try. And we're going to do this 2 different ways. One of those ways, I'm going to amp up the sour component, the acid component on this. So the drink that we're going to do is a drink called the Pago Pago. Now the Pago Pago uses pineapple juice in it, and I happen to have some pineapple juice in a can right here, but I also have this pineapple juice, which is exactly a different can of this, but it is acid corrected. I have added some citric acid to this to make it a little tartar, and it's a little slightly more shelf stable. Now this I'm actually going to use in the last drink that we do today, because the last drink has no sour component in it, so we're definitely going to use this. But I'm going to do really quickly, I'm going to do two separate versions of the Pago Pago, one with the acid corrected and one with just plain pineapple juice, and we'll see how that goes. So here we go. Let's go ahead and do 3. Man, they like big drinks. 2, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so the is an 11.5 ounce drink plus ice. The Pago Pago 3 is only 5. Okay, so we should be fine with our smaller thing here. So first of all is 1 ounce. We'll do this. 1 ounce. We'll do pineapple here, pineapple juice. Okay, good. Here's the jigger. 1 ounce pineapple juice, unacidulated. And then 1 ounce of acidulated. Now, we didn't run right out and spend a great deal of money on some citric acid. In fact, somebody else did that and then pretty much offered it up on free cycle because they wound up with a massive bag of citric acid. No idea how long it's going to take us to use that bag of citric acid, but, you know, who knows? We get to play around. Seems like fun.
Keith has to take off, he says.
Bye, Keith. Bye. All right, so there's that. Now we need lime juice. So there is a chance here that I'm going to get this thing a little too tart because... to put this back so I know which side is which. 1 ounce of lime juice. The point of using something like citric acid in your cocktail, there's a couple of things. One, the citric acid and water combination is perfectly clear. So you're not getting any cloudiness, you're not getting any color from your lime or lemon juice. Second, both lime and lemon juice have other components in them and other flavors to them. So you are getting those flavors in your cocktail in addition to getting the sour component. And there are times where maybe you don't want the lemon or the lime juice flavor, but you still need to balance the sweetness of the cocktail. And so you might add a little citric acid to it. If time occurs, we might use a little of this as well. This I just whipped up. This is nothing more than water and citric acid. That's all it is. So it's a dilute liquid citric acid. All right, next ingredient. So we did pineapple juice, we did lime juice. We need 1 teaspoon of yellow chartreuse. I don't recall seeing anything on the menu at Trader Sam's that required yellow chartreuse, but it's been a while, so I could very easily be mistaken. So we're going to go 1 teaspoon right there, and 1 teaspoon right there. There we go. Next, 3 ounces of Myers. Now, I'm not going to go full 3 ounces of the Pampero Anniversario. I'm going to go 2 ounces each, and then I'm going to add a 1/3 ounce of a different rum. Again, I'm not so sure that the yellow chartreuse and a Jamaican would play well together. That seems like it might just be a little weird to me. So as a consequence, I'm going to reach over and we're going to use the Eldorado. We're going to use the Demerara Eldorado 8, which is my standard mixing Demerara rum. And we need 1 ounce of this in order to make the 1/3 ounce of the Myers. So just straight up replacement. Instead of 3 ounces of Myers, we're going 2 ounces of the Pampero Anniversario and 1 ounce of the Eldorado 8-year. Again, as my wife is fond of telling me and reminding me, I'm not doing this on very much of a budget. I don't need to make money on these drinks, and places like Trader Sam's do. So I can afford to use higher quality rums in these cocktails. I'm not charging anybody for them, but I'm also just, it's Star and I drinking these for the most part. Unless you happen to come over and say, hey Pooch, make me a tiki drink. In which case, we'll talk what rums we're going to use.
Not that we charge our friends.
We don't, no. I mean, we usually have a tip jar for parties, but
We
that's
do have
just...
a tip jar for parties.
That's
and
it.
Often when people come to experience Quarantiki live audience, they often bring us dinner.
They've been known to bring us things, yes.
Yes.
So 1 scoop of ice, roughly equivalent scoop of ice. There we go. Close this up. Lid that. Lid that. There we go. There we go. Double shaking time.
Woohoo!
Cucaracha, la cucaracha. Da, 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 da. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. Na, 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 na. All right, there we go. We have 2 Pago Pagos. We need glasses for these. Feel like I'm getting into a bit of a rut using my goblets. So I want to use something different. So we're going to use our zombie glasses. I've gotten so much use out of these guys. Love them. And we're just going to open pour. And then if we need to, what do I do with my strainer? It's right in front of me. You can always gate the final to make sure that your ice cubes don't send this over the top. Oh, we should be fine. All right, good to know. Ta-da! There we go. We have 2 Pago Pagos. One with pineapple juice straight from the Goya can, and one with pineapple juice that has had a little citric acid added to it in order to kick up the sour component just a tad. So let's stick a couple of straws in these and see what we think. Let's use different straws. We're not going to use Surfside sip straws for these.
Oh my gosh.
I know it seems sacrilegious, but here we go. We're going to do the orange one in here and the purplish one there to match with the glasses, because I think that's pretty awesome. We have a bunch of mint here. Should use some of that.
Yeah.
David's still on, right?
Yep.
Okay. So this goes out to you, David. There we go. This mint was sitting in water, and there was a lot of water on those leaves. I just sprayed myself with mint water. And we'll do that again. Did you get a little water?
I did.
Yay. Little mint facial. What happened here? Oh, this poor guy came off. All right, you're going to go in there. What do you want to try?
I'm going to start with the pop. Yeah, the can.
The regular.
The regular.
My guess is you won't be able to tell the difference.
That is tartar.
Well, that's a good thing.
Like, significantly tartar.
That's not my favorite. That is significantly tartar.
Yeah?
I like that better,
Still not my favorite.
but they both, I think both of them require shite.
Did you leave something out?
I missed an ingredient.
What'd you leave?
There's a teaspoon of creme de cacao in there.
So a float of creme de cacao and
No, we're gonna mix the creme de cacao in.
stir it.
Yes. Like, it seems like there's something wrong here with this.
It happens.
It does. Creme de cacao poured over mint leaves. That doesn't seem like a bad thing, actually.
Oh, so a while ago
oh.
we got a new sink.
Yes.
Advantage of the new sink I had not realized is that we are able to soak the bar mats downstairs here instead of having to carry them upstairs to soak them, which is nice.
Yes. It also means that bar mat spooge doesn't get on our stairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can at least rinse the mats off, even if they
Right.
do need a deeper cleaning upstairs. Right.
Oh, and we went to a theatrical performance last night.
Is that what it's called?
Yes. We went to the
Elvis Birthday Fight Club.
which is a burlesque troupe, staged fights, amusement with comical fights, and as they call it, cartoon
Violence.
Ah! It was fun.
Bamf. Pow. Smack.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it better with the
I think it needs sweetness. I don't know what's up with this Pago Pago. I want some sweet in there.
yeah. It's still definitely tartar.
Yep. Wow. Interesting.
Okay. So, I mean, that was our experiment with
Yeah.
citric acid and a drink that, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we didn't know what the Pago Pago tasted
Right.
like to begin with.
Right. I'm still
That's a
going to drink
standard
it.
Pago
so,
Pago.
you
Do you
know.
want something sweet
Yeah, I
in
do.
there? You want to talk to the studio audience, and I will
Sure.
fetch sugary component from the back room.
Okay.
All right, we can do that.
So, I don't know if you guys all know about Buy Nothing. I love Buy Nothing. In here, it's a Facebook group. Sometimes some areas have the app. People post things that they're giving away, like citric acid, because she needed a little bit and bought a great big bag. And then I've posted a lot of stuff from Steve's Garage, and had it find new homes, which is a nice way to recycle. So here is my sweetie with something sweet. What sweet thing are you adding?
I'm gonna add. What do you think? A half ounce?
Yeah.
Probably a half ounce of the home grenadine.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty poured in like that,
It is.
but we will want to mix that.
Absolutely.
Let's see, what else have we done? We had the fourth session of our Clank Legacy game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So legacy games they're board games, but you play them multiple times in sequence, and they change each time. Like some of the rules change.
Stickers over parts of the rule book. to
Right,
change
like
the rules.
new maps. So not just new maps, but they like add to the existing map as you discover new
the
areas.
game board has
and that sort of
stickers
thing.
on it.
And we have not done legacy games before, but we're
No.
quite enjoying this one. We got like another 6 runs
Yeah,
to go or something
yeah.
like this in this particular game. And now it does suffer from you can't replay the game, but you're going to play the game 10 times to get
Well,
through
that's a
the
better
entire legacy. So
That's a better drink.
yeah, the Pago Pago just seemed like there's not enough sweetness in it.
I like that one. You'll probably like that one.
Probably.
I decided it was caftan night because
Yep. I gotta say, I am not thrilled with this particular cocktail.
no.
I think the yellow chartreuse, frankly, is lost here. you're not getting those herbal components really coming through, which is kind of a waste of the yellow chartreuse. And well, yellow chartreuse is not a cheap ingredient, so I'm a little surprised here. Maybe that's why it's...
David didn't have a drink with him.
You didn't have a drink?
No, because supper is going to be breakfast, which doesn't seem to go with a daiquiri.
Sure it does.
Spiked coffee.
Spiked coffee is fine, yeah. You got your cream de cacao lying around? You can do a mocha coffee. Little rum, little cream de cacao, little heavy cream in your coffee. There you go. Ba-boom. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. Okay, so we've done... I showed you how to make the Gorilla Grog, right? This pinkish stuff here. Gorilla Grog, which I imagine I'm going to throw some rum in that and some ice cubes, and Star's just going to down that at the end of the evening, or have it with dinner is probably what's going to happen. And then we've done the Pago Pago, which was a drink you wanted to see, and it turns out we think it requires some sweetness added to it. I think the pomegranate syrup, i.e. grenadine, works, but I'd have to play with the exact balance of that. Maybe cut back the grenadine to 1/4 ounce and add like a 1/4 ounce of demerara syrup or something like that. Might be more to our liking here. But again, it seems a bit of a waste of the yellow chartreuse, so this is probably not appearing again in our sites, would be my guess. Speaking of not appearing in our sites, I don't have high hopes for this one. So several years back, before Galaxy's Edge ever opened, they were doing Star Wars days at Disney. And during one year, they asked you to pick your side of the Force, the light or dark, and they had cocktails for the light side and cocktails for the dark side. And all around the parks, there were little pop-up bars where you could get light side or dark side cocktails. And then like a year later, they did the same thing, except that you didn't pick what side of the Force you were on, you picked what planet you were from. And so they had one that was Alderaan and Mustafar and Dagobah? I think it was Dagobah, and Tatooine. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do the Tatooine, but I don't have a recipe for it. I just have the ingredients for it. And wow, does that look like it wouldn't work as a cocktail. So we're going to play around a little bit here. So the Tatooine's ingredients include orange juice. Okay, we have some orange juice here. Pineapple juice. I could use the can, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use the pineapple with citric acid. Midori. So this is a melon liqueur. Melon liqueur infused with Japanese melons. I don't know what that means, but okay. Vibrant green color, and yes, at some point I'm going to have to break down and buy another bottle of Midori. We seem to use it with some, I mean, not regular basis, but it shows up occasionally, so we got to keep some Midori on hand. And then coconut rum, and you might remember from a couple episodes ago that we were looking around for coconut rum and didn't have any coconut rum, and we thought David and Chris had given us some coconut rum, and as it turns out they had. They had given us a sampler pack from Lion Distilling, and they in fact do have coconut rum, but they have a coconut rum liqueur. So this is not technically coconut rum. It is a liqueur. It only rocks in at 30% alcohol by volume. So we're going to use some of that, and then we're going to kick things up a notch and use some Smith & Cross, because baby, we need more than what this drink normally calls for, because the cocktail itself called for Midori, pineapple juice, orange juice, and get this, Parrot Bay coconut rum, which I can only think was the result of a really good deal on Parrot Bay coconut rum, because that stuff is nasty. We don't mess around with that. So we're going to go instead with a mix of Smith & Cross and coconut rum. I don't have proportions for any of this, so we're just going to try, and I'm hoping that the sweetness of the Midori is going to ride us through here, but if not, we might have to add a little, maybe some grenadine to it. We'll see. Now, probably not the grenadine, because the grenadine would throw the color completely off on this, and you want it to be like a yellowy, dusty color, right? Because it's Tatooine, of course. All right, so what are we going to do? Well, first of all, we're going to take our tumblers over here. We're going to rinse these out. There's one.
So
There's
David
two.
says that he could do with an Irish coffee.
There you go, man.
Elizabeth says it means sweet thing that has at some point made every undergraduate student sick. And she's like, ew, that sounds like something an undergraduate would drink.
Orange, pineapple, Midori, and coconut rum. Yeah, absolutely. Or if you've ever been to a science fiction convention, it sounds exactly like something they'd whip up, although they'd probably throw some Everclear in it, just because that's how these conventions go. All right. What am I going to do here? Let's just start. What do you think? We'll just dig in. I'm going to go grab and jigger. Oh. I love that little squirty thing on my bar. It's like, bing, there, my jigger's clean. There you go. All right, let's start with this. We're going to do 1 ounce orange juice. Ta-da, there's an ounce of orange juice. We're going to go 1 ounce of acidulated pineapple juice. Woohoo. Whoa, cap. Cap has gone missing. There you go. Now that's going to add both sweetness and acid. So sweetness and sourness to it. Oh no, there we go. We are going to go... See, I'm afraid of putting too much Midori in here because the color is going to be like way off. It's going to turn green. But I'm going to go for the full ounce of Midori. Why? Because Midori is the sweet component here, and we need some sweetness in this cocktail. I've seen pictures of this cocktail. It's brown. Okay, now, rum. I'd like 3 ounces of rum. So we're going to go a full ounce of the coconut rum. How much is in there? I can't see. Nope, I'm going to go 1.5 ounces. Because I figure if I only go 1 ounce, then the Smith & Cross will just take over and we won't taste it at all.
And beat it up, yeah.
Yep. So then we're going to go 1.5 ounces. No, I should back this off. We'll just do 1 ounce. This is an overproof rum. It's highly flavorful, a little dangerous. So we're 1, 1, 1, 1.5, 1. Right? That's what we're doing. What scientific method are you using to come up with these measurements? I am using the scientific method known as WAG, which is, for those of you that are not familiar with this scientific process, it is referred to as WAG because it stands for Wild Ass Guess. We're going to give this a try. I'm having fun using my new cocktail shaker. Can you tell? There we go. Okay, now then. Before I go pouring this into a glass and just willy-nilly giving it to people, we're going to stick a straw in here. And we're going to go. Well, hella frickin' Lula. Let's move that out of the way. This out of the way. I'm not sure there's any correction that needs to be made here. I think we probably did it.
Really?
I might want to add some bitters to this to make this a little more complex. But the Smith and Cross is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. There's not pineapple. Well, there is pineapple, but there is that coconut flavor in the background from the Lion rum. So this is working better than I thought it might. Now, ideally, this should be garnished with one of the Death Star flashy light bulb things, but I don't have any of those, and all of my little flashy light bulby things aren't food safe, so I don't, not all of them, but I don't remember which ones are and which ones aren't. So for all practical purposes, that none of them are considered food safe at this point. Okay, so that goes there, and then we're going to stick a straw in there. Unfortunately, I cannot use my lightsaber straw. I only have one, and it's upstairs needing to be washed, so I can't do that.
He brought me a cool, refreshing beverage.
This came out about right. This looks like the coloration that I saw of the drinks. And we still are going to use a Surfside Sip straw. This is the closest thing to the lightsaber that we have. So that's going to go in there. Anyone remember how many suns does Tatooine have? 2? 3?
2.
2?
I think.
We think 2? Well, in that case, oh man. Nope. All right, let's see if this works. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh man. Whew. Let's reach in here. These look like olives. They're so not, but they look like olives. What do you want? What you want, woman?
Don't we have a Star Wars pick? Didn't we get one?
Is it one of the taller picks? Oh yeah. No, it's
Yeah, here it is.
there it is. I got a Darth Vader
We
pick.
have a Darth Vader pick.
All right. So first of all, we're gonna go the smaller sun. We're gonna go Luxardo cherry, and then the larger sun. We're going to go with one of the homemade brandied cherries. These things will... I'm not sure that they're good, but they will knock your socks off. They are potent. All right, so that goes in there.
Oh, that's pretty.
And we have the little Darth Vader sticking his head up over the sunset at Tatooine. Yeah, we could work on this. We could do a sunset of Tatooine and do a little grenadine in there, and that'd be really nice. We could do that. Really nice.
Very nice, very nice.
All right. Tell me if that's awful.
Oh, that is not awful at all.
Needs a little complexity, though, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel like it needs a little something?
But you know.
So what are you thinking? Do we want like a fruit component to this? Do we want like a leather, like vanilla notes to it? I don't think the sassafras bitters would be good. Like the Cuban bitters.
I'm looking at bitters.
Yep. The Earl Grey would be weird. The chocolate would be
weird. Lavender would be weird.
Burlesque, mole.
There's the
Tiki.
tobacco bitters from Bitter Queen.
Yeah. The Marie Laveau.
Yeah.
Marie Laveau bitters. These are not actually made with tobacco. They are just made to evoke.
There is burlesque in honor of
Elvis. Let's do that. Let's
Fight
do
Club.
the burlesque bitters in honor of the Elvis's birthday fight club.
Which, whenever they said the word streak, but only when Elvis or Kitty said it,
I was a little afraid for just a moment.
there were streaking Abe Lincolns.
Yes.
They weren't
totally streaking.
No, they weren't.
They had jock straps.
They had jock straps and
a strategically placed top hat.
And then they had the top hat on as well.
And a mask.
And a
Abe
mask.
Lincoln mask.
Lincoln mask. It was very silly. We had a lot of fun.
I don't know if I stir this in.
Okay.
No, that's not bad at all.
So this is Bitterman's. You can't see it. I'm not close enough. Burlesque bitters. I do not have long arms.
Bitterman's Burlesque bitters. There you
which
go.
I had been wanting for quite a while, and because, well, the name.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw it last time we were at Ace Beverage in DC.
Adds a little something. Yeah, there's a little hint on the back end of the burlesque bitters. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. There you go.
The streak
So,
is going away.
We are 3 minutes over. We have done a toast. We've done the Gorilla Grog that is a component in a lot of Trader Sam's recipes, one of which is the which is a volcano-inspired drink. We did that from Trader Sam's. We did 2 versions of the Pago, one using regular pineapple juice and one using an acidulated pineapple juice. Neither one seemed quite what we wanted, but we could play with it and try and work it into something. But there's so many other things out there that we could do, like the Tatooine, which I had really low hopes for. Considering the other options for drinks from those pop-ups involved things like, I don't know, just berry-infused rum and absolute vodka, and just they were a mess. And I was just like, I'm not going anywhere near those. The one I think I can work with is the Tatooine. And what do you know? The Tatooine seemed to have worked out okay. Mm-hmm. We are a little low now on the coconut rum liqueur from Lion, but I'm thinking there are ways of getting around that, because didn't Plantation come out?
It is not in the U.S. last time I looked.
So Plantation does the Plantation Stiggins pineapple rum, which is amazing, and they have now released a similar release for coconut rum, and I do not remember what it is called. I'm sorry. We can look it up and have it in the comments. But it was released not in the United States, but we have connections, so we're going to see about what we can do with that. And maybe that, we might even just, no, we're going to keep some Smith & Cross in there. I think the Smith & Cross really makes that drink. We are not using Coconut Bay rum. Yeah.
No.
No, Parrot Bay. I'm sorry, Parrot Bay coconut rum. Not doing that. No, not doing that.
It's called Plantation Coconut Rum.
Well, there you go. As the wife, well, I don't need to repeat what my wife is saying because she's got her own mic
now.
So there we go. I'm going to take a drink of water that's had mint in it.
It is the subtitle on it is called Cut and Dry.
That's right. It's the Plantation Cut and Dry. It is much
better. David says Lion trip to the Eastern Shore, but over the dam bridge.
Yes. If we want more of the Lion liqueur, coconut liqueur, we can get it. That's not a problem. They are local to us. We can find ways of getting it. It's not a big deal. But man, the cut and dry, I'm just so anxious to get my hands on some of that cut and dry. And once we sign off, Star's going to finish the Tatooine, and then we've got a whole bunch of juicy juice things up here, and I'm going to have to whip up something for her to make use of all of those. Oh my gosh, she's got 2 drinks in front of her. I should also point out, we goofed this evening, and we haven't had dinner yet. So Star's a little on the wee side. I'm doing okay. I'm not sure why, but I'm doing okay. And we will...
all the drinks except for the...
Star took all of the drinks. That's not true. I had to... Remember? I had the... Yeah. All right. So we will talk to you all later. We'll talk to you next week. And... what was the suggestion? We are
craft cocktails.
We are Lovecraft Cocktails.
And we love
crafting cocktails for you, right? That was a suggestion, right? What was that? I don't know. I'm looking at. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm seeing hand gestures like, go this way, you two. I see you, and I don't know. I don't know what the hand gestures are. But anyway, we'll talk to you next week. We are Lovecraft Cocktails. We do love crafting cocktails for you, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.